How's it going? You're new. Yeah. Hit it.
What's it like to get back in the win?
Yeah, shoot. Feels good, right? Obviously got some things to clean up, but good energy to get back on the right side of things. Always better feeling correcting the tape after a win than after a loss, that's for sure. And so, we needed to get out of the funk that we were in, and sometimes that's just by getting a win. And I thought there was a lot of good things out there today. Obviously, I'll have to watch it and have some more answers for you guys about that. But a lot of good things. Obviously, the negative things, the turnovers. The turnovers that. And we got a big one at the end. Kelee had a big play at the end. We got some things to clean up in a 2-minute drill as well. But I'm excited to be able to clean those up after getting a win and getting 11 wins on the year.
How do you think Jalen handled the blitz?
Yeah, I thought he did a lot of good things. And that handling the blitz is a twofold. The things that we do to put him in positions to make plays, and also him being able to deliver the ball. So we did a couple different things. A lot of respect for Coach Wink. He's one of the best defense coordinators in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. So I have a ton of respect for him and the things that he creates for the defense. But I thought Jalen did a lot of good. I thought Jalen played a really good game. Obviously, I'll have to go watch it. The interceptions not on him, but I'll have to go watch the other things with that, and we'll get better from it. And so. But I thought he did a lot of good things there, even with the pressure. But there's definitely things we need to clean up, and that's as coaches and Jalen as well.
How did you and Jalen address before halftime him cutting up the field? You guys got a penalty out of it to keep the clock there. How'd y'all address that in terms of
Say that. They got a penalty. Yeah. I think Jalen and I both made mistakes on that drive. I didn't call a timeout, and then the clock was going, and I probably wasted 15 seconds there, and that's bad. That's bad on my part, really bad on my part. And then Jalen not going out of bounds. Those combine for us not being able to get full 7. But it starts with me. I make that mistake, then Jalen makes that mistake. We have to be better in that 2-minute drive. But we'll learn from that. Like I said, it starts. I gotta bang one of those timeouts right there, and then he's got to go out of bounds there, and we get probably a chance for another play to see what happens.
Do you feel fortunate, Nick, that Hassan at the end of the game he's getting a roughing the passer penalty? I didn't see it, so I don't know if it was a real one or not. But that Jalen Carter can't get off the field. You with the timeout. Jalen Wood staying in bounds but getting saved by their penalty. Do you feel fortunate to get away?
I wouldn't say fortunate. We're upset about those things, and those are definitely the things we need to clean up. And I think we have to clean those things up, like not coming off the field fast, right? That's just got to be something that we do on every single punt in case they go fast like that. Hassan's penalty, we got to be legal on that, and we want to get the hit on the quarterback, but we have to do it legally. All those things are what I feel fortunate about is all those things are easily corrected, and we got to get them corrected.
What does it say about your team that you can endure that and still win?
Yeah, I think we've shown that as this team's resilient, right? We have resilient guys. We've had to show that a bunch this year. Sure, we'd love to be winning by multiple scores, but that's not the reality of the NFL sometimes. And so I think you have a resilient team because of the resilient leaders that we have on this team. And so we were able to overcome, but to do the things we want to do, we can't make those mistakes. And again, like I said, that's always going to start with me. Anytime there's a game management thing or a penalty thing, I'm putting that 100% on myself. But we'll get in the film room and make sure we get it corrected. And I'll own my mistakes. I know the players will own their mistakes, and we'll get better from it.
What was the key on that drive following the pick six?
Yeah, the key was that 3rd and 16. What an unbelievable play by Jalen and AJ. And then being able to ride that momentum, right, to run the ball, and get down there and finish the drive. I think, was it Swift that finished that drive? Yeah. Swift played a great game, didn't he? But I think that was the key, Zach. I mean, it was an unbelievable. I mean, we're in, sometimes in those third and real longs, it takes a great, like, there ain't a lot of plays that you can draw up on third and, was it 16? Third and 20. There are not a lot of plays you can draw up on third and 20. So it was just an unbelievable individual effort by Jalen, by AJ, the offensive line, giving Jalen enough time to be able to escape and step up in the pocket and fire the ball to AJ. So, yeah, that to me is the key, and that to me is when you're getting when you're in a little bit of a rut, and they had scored off of 2 turnovers, scored 15 points off 2 turnovers. We talk about that a lot in training camp, like, and hey, we're in a rut. Someone's got to pull us out, right? So we got to.
4-minute drive at the end of the game. Seemed like you needed every second of that drive. How important was it?
Really important. It feels like we've had a bunch of 4-minute drives this year, sometimes being successful, sometimes not. We spent a lot of time working on that, and some of those runs by Swift and the offensive line to open it up, and the tight ends, like, it was just a good team effort to take that clock down, be able to, sometimes, what's not said sometimes in a 4-minute drive is, the field goal was huge to put us up. To put us up 8, getting them to use their timeouts was huge. The management of the game by Jalen to hold the huddle, break the huddle at a certain point to make sure we're using every second of the clock. We had one mistake in there that we probably snapped it a little early. I got to do a better job communicating with Jalen. Hey, there's a penalty here. The clock's going to run. Let's use all 40 seconds of that. That's 100% on me to make sure I'm communicating that. But really good operation. I mean, that's led by Jalen. The operation out there in a 4-minute, because you tell me, where did that drive start? About 7.5, maybe 8. Yeah, somewhere in there, I think it was, and there was a lot of time eaten up off the clock that put them in a position where they had to run a last-second play from the 26-yard line. So, like I said, just really good job, operation, and then job by the offensive line and DeAndre and the tight ends making the run game go.
Coach, all throughout the season, you guys have been talking about playing your best game. Are you starting to play your best game of the season? How close are you now, or will you ever get to that point?
You hope you're getting close, right? You hope that you're getting close at this point. We know we got better football in us, to be 11-4 and still have better football left in you, that's encouraging. But let's go. We got to get there. We got to get there too. And saying we got 2 more games before the playoffs start. All we're thinking about is this next game against a team that's going to come in here and try to take what we have as well. And so again, it just goes back to the daily grind and having your mind prepared to go through the daily grind. But I can't say enough about these guys of how much they want to be excellent and how much they want to make plays for each other. And so we got a great group of guys, and I know they're working like crazy to get us to be able to play our best ball.
Couple more.
Conversation with Olamide and after the opening kickoff, the second half. What happened there?
Yeah, obviously I'll look at the tape, but it felt like Boston was going backwards a little bit. It's tough to return the ball when you're going backwards. It looked like OZ was trying to get a block, got pushed back into it. That's why ball security is so important at all times. And so I'll have to see exactly what happened, but it looked like I said, it looked like Boston was moving backwards to go forwards, and that's a tough spot to put yourself in. And we'll get that corrected.
Last one.
Britain setting the tone with the punt return, but also you got him involved with the bubble screen and north-south. He seems to have that short area.
Yeah, and that's why we wanted to get him that opportunity there. I think he gained about 7 on that one. He's going to tell me he should have housed it. But, man, what a weapon. I don't know. Do y'all have votes for Pro Bowl? Do y'all have votes? I mean, geez, vote for that guy. Who's returning the ball better than him? Who's a better return man in the NFL, punt returner in the NFL than Britton Covey? And shoot, he put one on the ground. He's upset about that, but man, he changes games. That first one after the defense gets a big stop, and then Britton coming and doing what he did. I mean, he's a special returner. He has turned himself into a very special football player who's a weapon for us. So Philadelphia, get out there and vote for Britton Covey for Pro Bowl because I haven't seen nobody play better than him, and or haven't seen anybody play better than him and return the ball better than him. He's a stud.
you especially animated on that final drive? What in particular caused that?
I get animated a lot. You know, just, you know, there's obviously there's things that when mistakes are happening or trying to get, you know, the communication going, it's just a little bit of that, and that happens throughout a game. You know, it's going to be between players and players. It's going to be coaches and players. It's going to be coaches and coaches. But when you have the relationships that we have and the connections that we have, we're able to move on quickly. You know, the guys know all we're trying to do, and the coaches know all we're trying to do is to get everybody to play their best, and sometimes that's with a smack on the butt, and sometimes that's with a yell. But I think all those guys know how we feel about them, and the coaches know how we feel about them and each other. So,
All right.
yeah, thanks.
Caleb.